What's up guys, I'm back with part 2 for this tutorial on how to build this large modern house. Here in this video, we'll be finishing the main exterior of the house, and if we have time at the end, we'll go ahead and do the backyard, which includes the pool, tennis court, and basketball court. Okay, so I pretty much have all the same materials that we used in part 1. The only one that is new is the oak leaves, but you should still have some white concrete, gray concrete, black stained glass panes, the dark oak fences, and then once again, some oak leaves. So let's go ahead and grab the white concrete, and we're going to start by filling in the roof for this section of the house first. So let's start right here on the edge, and we're just going to have a straight line from one side to the other to fill in this space. Just at the top, so right here, bring it along towards the front side of the house, and there we go. Now let's go ahead and fill in all of these other spaces with white concrete, and we're gonna end it right here. So this chunk is going to be all white concrete, just a layer, and then starting right here, all the empty space within this shape is going to be white concrete. All of this here is going to be a window that's going to wrap over the roof, like I mentioned in part 1. So let's go ahead and fill all this empty space in with some white concrete. We'll do the same for the other side. Okay, got one more section, and there we go. Now, let's fill in this area with our window. So first, we'll switch to the gray concrete, and go on the layer where we left off, and you just want to wrap this around the edge of the white concrete. So not on top of it like that. Leave the extra space of white concrete here still. Then wrap around, and once again, just right on the edge of this white concrete, and back to this gray concrete. Now, go ahead and switch to your black stained glass, and we're going to go on this layer where we left it, and we're just going to bring it all in within the edge of the gray concrete. Okay, one more area, and there we go. So now we have the roof section for this house all done. And pretty much the main exterior of this section, for the most part, is done. We just have to add some oak leaves, which I think adds some extra decoration to the house. So we'll go ahead, and I guess we'll do this area right here down the middle. And I'm looking at it, I guess we forgot to add some gray concrete here. I never noticed that. So we'll go ahead and fill in this section next. Now, let's switch to our gray concrete. And we'll go at the top here and fill in the 2 layers, because like I mentioned, I guess we forgot to do that in part 1, but no big deal, we're doing it now. And then let's go behind that here just at this top area, and we'll fill in an extra layer behind this. So right here we have 2 layers, and then right up from above we have 2 layers. Let's go ahead and do that here at the front. So just right behind this top section here, we're just going to add an extra layer of gray concrete. Now let's go along the sides and add an extra layer of gray concrete. So we'll do the same on this side. Okay. Now let's go ahead and skip over 3 spaces of gray concrete. So we're on the 4th block. We're going to bring a strip across like that. Then skip over another 3 right here on the 4th block. And then do it one more time, right there. So now we have these 4 rectangles that are 3 blocks wide. And I guess we'll count how long they are. So they are 5 blocks long. Let's go from the inside, switch to the black stained glass. We'll just have a placement block right there. We'll delete that. And these are going to be windows. They're kind of like skylights. All right, so it looks like that. So we'll go ahead and fill in the rest of these areas. All right, there we go. So that's all looking pretty good. And we will head on to, I guess, like this big old L shape here. So actually all of this is going to stay like this. This is the main roof of the house. Over here, there's like a second floor layer. But all of this, there's like no second floor area. It's just on this side of the house. So let's work on the L shape over here next. I've decided that in order to make this as easy to follow as possible, I'm just going to go ahead and fill in this entire section here with a layer of white concrete. So what I'm going to grab is a potion of swiftness so I could get it done a little bit quicker. So we're just going to go on the top layer that we brought these walls up to, and we're just going to fill this all in with white concrete, just one layer of white concrete. So let's go ahead and get on to doing that. And then right here, just real quick, we'll go ahead and bring that along. So we're just right on the edge of this glass. We're not going to be covering this up or anything. So pretty much just like right on the edge of the gray concrete as well. We just brought it right along here. And that's about all there is. And then fill in like this little space. All right, let's continue on. And I'll let you know if there's any other spots that you may need to double check. So I have this section here filled in. There are a couple windows right here that we're gonna have. Should we just fill it in and then cut out the holes after? I guess so. We'll just continue filling it all in. There's gonna be, I believe, two windows similar to these ones here. So it's like right here and right here. It's like a little hallway that goes through here. So I guess we'll just continue filling this all in with white concrete. I feel like that's just the easiest way that we're going to be able to do it. And then we'll just add the second floor right on top of this roof here. All right, one more. And then there we go. So just a solid layer of white concrete right here. And I'll take a quick look around, make sure it's all looking good. I'm wondering here, I believe we bring up a wall all the way up here actually. I think this is a solid, yeah, this is like a solid wall of white concrete, so we're all good there. Okay, so the first thing I'll do is I'll cut out the holes for the windows right here. And then I believe we can start bringing up the walls for the second floor. So let's head on to this area next. Okay, let's cut out the holes for the windows that we're going to have in the roof here. They're similar to these ones, except these are 5 by 3. These ones here are going to be 4 by 3. So let's go ahead and do it. We want to leave one space of white concrete in between this gray concrete and where the hole's going to be. And then from the edge of this here, we want to leave 3 spaces. So we have 1, 2, 3, and then we're on the 4th block. So I'll cut out a hole right here. And it's going to be like that. So leaving 1 space of white concrete here and 3 spaces here. And then you want to skip over 1 from like the left of this when looking at it from the back side. And then we're going to cut out a hole right here. And there we go. That's about all there is to it. Let's switch to the black stained glass. Go from the inside and do the same that we did with this glass here. Alright. You can also see the glass kind of connects with this wall here. So it looks like it flows from the ground and all the way up the wall into the ceiling. Alright, let's do the same right here. And there we go. Alright, cool. So now we have that area done. Let's start bringing up the walls for the second floor of the house for this section next. Next, be sure to switch to your white concrete. And we're going to line up at the edge of this window here. And we want to leave 1 space in between where we're going to have the white concrete and our window. So it's going to start right here. So we have 1 space of white concrete in between this gray concrete and this block. Then we have 1 space here in between the window and that block. Now let's go over towards the left another 8. So including this one, it's going to be 9 in total. Okay, so from here to here, there should be a total of 9. Now, let's go, we're going to kind of like turn towards the back. And we're going to have 1 block of white concrete here. We're going to skip 1, and then have 1. Skip 2, and then have 2. Okay? So we just placed those blocks right there. Now, switch to your black stained glass. And where these empty spaces are, you just want to go in 1 further than where this white concrete is. And we're going to place some glass here. So that's going to be a window, and it's going to wrap over along the roof. So it's going to be similar to what we did over there. Okay? Now, switch to your white concrete and go right here where this white concrete is and bring it out too in that direction. Switch back to your black stained glass. We're going to go on the 3rd block here, so like this corner block. We're going to go over to the left and place 3 full blocks. Then skip over 6 spaces to the left. Okay, so I skipped 6. So now you want to be sure you're on the 7th block and place another 3 blocks of black stained glass here. Switch to your white concrete, go to the left of that, and place 3 in that direction, leaving 2 spaces of white concrete here. And then we also left 2 to the left. Okay. So I'll go up above, you could get a look, maybe pause the video if needed. So actually, just real quick, should be a total of 6 spaces right here. This is going to be a big doorway, and we're going to have like a small little balcony here. So I'll go up above again, pause the video if needed, count the blocks. This is what it should be looking like. Next, make sure you still have your white concrete, and go behind these blocks of white concrete where we left off. And starting right here, going in that direction, we want to place an additional 12. So including these 3, we're going to have a total of 15. So starting right here, once again, in that direction, place an additional 12. Okay, there we go, and you should now be right here on the edge of this wall where the first floor is. Now I'm looking at it from this direction, and we're going to head on over to the left, over there. And starting right here, we want to place an additional 16. So including this one, it's going to be 17 in total on this side. So towards the left, an additional 16. Okay, now you should be right here on the edge of where this white concrete is, like that. I'll go up above, back on this side, and this is what we have so far. Now, continue with your white concrete, and head back on over where we left off. Go to the corner of this block, so right here, and work your way over towards the right and add an additional 12 blocks of white concrete. Alright, and you should be left with 2 extra spaces of white concrete here. Now, right here, place 1 more block of white concrete, switch to some black stained glass, place 2 here from the corner of that block. Back to your white concrete, go back out, place 3 more, skip over 2, and then place 2 here. Alright, so right here is going to be a doorway, which is going to lead out to a small little balcony right here. And then this is just going to be a window, which is going to wrap over the roof again. Alright, so from this direction, from this side, it is looking like this. Head back on over where we left off and go from the corner of this white concrete here, so starting here, and with your white concrete, go over towards the left and place another 9. Okay, so it's going to be stopped right there. We have an additional block of white concrete here, and it's actually also lined up with this window here. And now we want to fill in the rest of the space here. So let's go ahead and count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there we go. We have the entire shape marked out for the second floor area. And now we'll go ahead and start bringing up all these walls. We'll top it off with the roof. And then we'll add some oak leaves. And then I'm pretty sure we have the entire exterior done. We still have to mark out the glass for those doorways down there. But yeah, pretty much after we get the walls and the roof topped off here for this section, I think we should definitely have time to do the backyard. So let's head on to doing that next. Alright, now with your white concrete, we'll start on over here to this section. We want to add an additional 6 layers on top of this, so including the layer we already have here, it's going to be 7 in total. I'm just going to work my way over to that corner for now. So just an additional 6 layers of white concrete on top of the layer we already have, so it's 7 in total. Okay, so this is just a solid wall of white concrete. Let me double check, make sure it's all good. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, we are good. Now, let's see. We'll bring this on over. We're going to have 2 layers of white concrete here at the top. So we'll bring it on over until we are lined up with the white concrete right there. I think we are almost there. Oh, okay, we're there. Now, we have these 3 spaces. We'll just bring this up an additional 6 layers as well. Like that. Okay. Now, let's go to this back wall. Those 2 sections there is completely white concrete as well. So let's head on over here and fill it in. And I'll go ahead and wrap it around with these 2 spaces here as well. Alright, there we go. Now let's head on to this section next. We have a couple windows, we have a doorway right there, and then pretty much everything else is white concrete. We do have some glass here because there is another bathroom right here. Okay. So we'll head on to this next. Let's fill in this window and wrap it over the roof. We'll fill in these sections of white concrete, and then we have to bring up a doorway here. So we'll head to the glass area first. Let's add an additional 5 layers on top of this layer here, so it's 6 in total. Alright. So it is 1 layer lower than where this white concrete is. So there should be a total of 6 here. Yeah, we're good. Okay, now behind this, let's add an additional 7 going in that direction. So including this one here, it's going to be 8 in total. Alright, so now when you look at it from up above, you should count 8, and then from this side once again, there should be 6. Switch to your white concrete. We'll add 2 extra blocks, like, oh wait, actually, my bad, no, don't add that, that just wraps around. Okay, let's head to this section here, and bring this up to the same height as the other white concrete. Like that. Okay, so it should be like that. No 2 blocks here. My bad. Scratch that. Okay. Switch to your black stained glass panes. And you can either have it on the left or the right. I guess I'll just have it on the right. And we want to add 4 glass panes like that. Curve out the bottom one. Skip over the second one. And curve out the 2 above that. The empty space will have a dark oak fence for a handle. Back to your white concrete. Continue filling in the additional 6 spaces here above that doorway. Go to this section of 2 here and fill this in to the same height as the wall. And then this section here is going to be a solid wall of white concrete as well, to the same height once again. Cool, there we go. So this entire wall is all filled in. And we are, like I mentioned before, gonna have a balcony here. I guess I'll go ahead and do that. It's just gonna be some glass panes. So switch to some black stained glass panes. And we'll start right here. So we have the doorway, then one space, and then right here on this space, we'll fill in 3 glass panes. We'll wrap it around and then bring it in right here. So just a small little balcony. That looks pretty good. Okay, now let's head on over here to this shape where that white concrete is. Then we have a little window that wraps over just like that one there. And then here isn't going to be entirely a white concrete wall. We're going to have a window that wraps around the edge for the bathroom, similar to what we did down here, I believe. Yeah, just like this. So let's head on to bringing up this area next. Switch to your white concrete. We'll fill in this wall here first. So just add an additional 4 layers of white concrete. So including this bottom layer we already have, it's going to be 5 in total. Alright, there's an additional 4, leaving 2 spaces here. Let's go to this wall, and we're going to do the same thing right here. Now, switch to your black stained glass, and instead of being right on top of the white concrete here, we want to go in one right here. So just right along the edge of the white concrete from the inside. So actually, let me make sure to count that. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we want to go over in that direction and place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that is it, because we want to leave 2 spaces here. Okay, so there we go. We have that little L shape. Now we'll go ahead and fill in the top, like on top of this glass with our white concrete. So we're going to look at it here and fill in 2 spaces like this. So 1 on top of the glass and 1 over, like overhanging. We're going to stop it here and now bring it out 1 more and turn in this direction and do 2 once again until we reach the edge of the white concrete. So now we have these 2 spaces still, and fill in a total of 4 like that for now. So there we go. That's all looking good. And now this section, like I said, is going to be similar to that one. So just to make sure, there should be 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Okay. So on top of this layer, let's switch to our black stained glass. Let's add an additional 5. So including this bottom layer, it's going to be 6 in total. Alright, so that's 5. Let's do 5 here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So from the top to the bottom, it is 6 in total. And I actually don't remember how many from here and back we have to go, so I'll have to double check at the original build and count those. But real quick, we can fill this in with white concrete. So we'll go on this side. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do the same for these spots. That looks good. So once again, I'll double check how far back we should bring that. But here, I know exactly what to do. So let's grab our black stained glass. And we're going to continue bringing up these sections until we are 1 layer below this white concrete here. So I'll count it. We'll go from the inside. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So including the bottom one, it is 5 in total. Let's do this side. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And now for the space in between, just at the top layer, let's bring 1 layer of glass across. Let's go back on from the outside, switch to some black stained glass panes. We'll bring 4 up on each side. And then next to that, bring another 4 in. Alright, now let's curve out the bottom one, the 2 at the top, and then the handle on each side. And there we go. So this is, oh yeah, one last thing. Switch to your black stained glass paints, line up with this white concrete, and just place them right here from one side to the other. And there we go, we have a small little balcony there. Alright, and that's all looking good. Now, let me double check on the other side how far we have to bring this back. And then the rest of this, we will be filling in with white concrete for the roof. And then that's about it. Do the doorways there. And then add some oak leaves. And then we have the exterior of the house done. Okay, for the glass here, switch to your full blocks. We'll go from the inside. And on the top layer, we want to push it back an additional 9. So starting here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Let's do the same for this one. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And there we go. So we have one space, empty space here between this glass and this glass, one empty space between this one and this one. This one goes right up against the white concrete wall here. And this block here is right on the corner. So yeah, there we go. And now we will fill in the rest of this with white concrete. I'm not gonna like fast forward or anything because there are a few little spots that I wanna make sure you guys do right. So first, with our white concrete, we have this strip right in between this glass. So let's do that first. And just like that. Okay. Now, this side, we have this strip, so let's fill this in. And then we'll curve it and fill that in. So we're pretty much just filling in all the empty space. We're just not covering up these windows here. We are going to be covering all this up. So let me continue on over here and fill the rest of this in. And is there anything else? Nope. Okay, so yeah, all this is just a solid layer of white concrete. Okay, a couple more layers. There we go. So now this side is all filled in, looking good. And now this side, I'll probably fast forward. So first, let's fill in the 2 spaces here like that. And then this, we have 2 spaces as well. Okay. And I'm thinking, what do we, oh, my bad. Nope, double layer. So fill this in underneath here as well. I thought we had to bring up the glass another layer, but nope, we're good. There's just another layer of white concrete. All right, that's all looking good. Okay. So now the rest of this, we'll fill in with white concrete. I'll just fast forward it since it is pretty simple from here on out. And then we'll fill in the glass doorways for the first floor of the house. And we'll add some oak leaves, which is optional. Looking good. There we go. We have it all filled in. Alright, so it looks like that. Up here. Looking like this. Looking all good. Okay, cool. And I don't think we forgot anything. I think we got it all. So, now I'm going to fill in this back door here and that front door with some glass stained paints. Or wait, no, black stained glass paints. And then, yeah, we'll head on. Oh yeah, we'll do some oak leaves. I'll show you a couple little spots where I think it'll look good. Okay, with our black stained glass paints, let's fill in a layer going all the way up on each side, like that. And then here at the top, we want to add 2 extra layers, like that. And then let's bring it in, 1 more on each side. And then we're going to mark out the door. So curve 1 out on the bottom, 2 out here above that, and then the handles. Okay. We are going to do the same for the front door here. And there we go. We have the front door just like the back door. Looking good. And now I'll head to the back again. I'll grab my oak leaves. I'll show you a few spots where we're going to put them. So for the oak leaves, it's pretty much random, but I know I definitely want some hanging off this piece of white concrete. So I'll go to the corner here. Just place them however you like. If you even want to place them, that is. You don't have to, but I think it does add a little extra touch to the house. And you know what? That looks good. And then, yeah, I guess we'll head to this spot. I did want some here on this window. I thought it looked pretty cool because when you look at the window from the inside, you see a little bit of oak leaves, a little bit of greenery. I think it looks pretty nice. And we're just going to hang this down. So, like I said, I'm just doing this randomly, so do it however you like. And you know what? Let's have another one right here. And we'll bring this down a little bit more. Bring that down. And a little bit extra here. Add another layer on top of it. And I think that looks pretty good. So we'll leave it like that. And then we'll head to the front here. And, oh yeah, let's have another one inside here. So maybe just right here in the corner. Like that. And we'll have another one hanging down. We'll bring this down one more. Bring that down one more. Fill that in. And I think that looks fine. Okay. And then I wanted another one here. And then I don't think I had one there. I just want one right here. Or actually, we'll have it on both. So we'll have a little bit of leaves here. And then we'll bring it on over and down on top of this window here. So I think what I'm going to do is just skip right on over the rest of this. And then I'll show you all the spots where I actually added some of the leaves. And you could either copy it exactly how I did or go ahead and do it the way you like. So I'll see you guys in a second when I fill in a few more spaces with leaves, and I'll show you exactly where I actually placed all of mine. Okay, I think I added enough leaves, so this is what I did. We'll look at it from this side. I have one up there on that corner, and then one right there. And then, like I showed, we have the one covering both those windows there, going across from one side to the other. We have this big one here. And then I'll go to the front. We have that one there. I have another one in that corner. One down here in this corner. And then another one over here because it does look a little bit bland here. So I wanted some leaves just to kind of fill in a little bit of extra space, add some color. I think that's pretty much it. So yeah, we have this one here. I think I forgot to mention. That looks pretty good. Okay. There we go. Now, I think that is everything. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. So pretty much this is the entire exterior of the house all done. So in the video after this, we'll go ahead and I'm thinking, should we just end it here or should we do the backyard? You know what? I think what I'm going to do is end it here. So we finish the rest of the exterior of the house. In part 3, we'll do the backyard and like half of the interior, and then in part 4 we'll do the other half of the interior, and then we are done with the build. So not too many parts to this build, just 4, not as many as some of my other builds. So I guess, yeah, we'll go ahead and leave it at that for part 2. Okay guys, so that's gonna be it for part 2 for this tutorial on how to build this large modern house. If it helped you, be sure to please leave a like, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in part 3.